Hello, everybody. Welcome to the PlanetSide podcast, episode 4. My name is Cody Gazeebo Goki. With me, as always,
TheBarnCat, and I have a cold. So sorry if I sound cold, but the show's going on.
the show must go on because it's been a while, and we're pumping it up. Like we said, today's a special episode because we're dedicating it to the backstory of PlanetSide.
Mm-hmm.
Fluff.
Backside.
Backside? A lot of people on the forums will be talking about, oh, we don't need background story, we don't need fluff in our game. But as you can see by just today, the BlizzCon announced the Pandarian race, and that everyone freaked out over that. Fluff's important. Background's important.
Well, I think if you play a game and like you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and you're in a town and you go and kill this guy, oh, that's great. But if you figured out that this guy you killed did all this amazing things, and you really accomplished something by knowing everything he does, it makes the game that much cooler.
I love the background story.
Yeah, I think game is always much more fun when you feel like there's the world's living.
Yeah, the world. Good one. So, today we're going to do a little 4-parter, and we're going to go over the 4 parts that SOE released on their Concast. Shane, why don't you give us a quick background of PlanetSide Fluff?
All right, so it could be. I read this like an hour ago, so if I'm wrong, some parts, chill out. But so basically, it takes place, and it starts on Earth, and we're all chilling, and I guess all of our natural resources start going away, and there's war everywhere, blah blah blah. And then I guess somehow they figure out a way to make abundant amount of fuel and abundant amount of foods, and then they're like, oh man, this is great. So there's 200 years of peace, and then I guess they start picking up this whole wormhole thing, and they're like, oh my god, we gotta figure this thing out. so don't remember, but somehow they go send all these ships out of there
Through the wormhole.
Yeah. Okay, let's rewind here. So the Terran Republic, they're like the leaders.
They are like
they're
the
government.
Yeah,
but they were cool.
and it's just the one government of Earth, right?
Yeah, everyone united because everyone was cool. Everyone was homies. So Terran Republic were these cool guys, and they were great leaders. And they're like, we gotta go through this wormhole, something like that. I don't know. This is probably really off. They're like, we gotta go through this wormhole or something. So they go and they bring along these businessmen, new conglomerate, and they're like, we're like, we're gonna go make money. That's what they wanted to do.
Which is what all governments in all video games want to do.
Yeah, exactly. They gotta go find that unobtainium, So they bring along some workers and some mercenaries, and they're like, yo, we'll pay you a bunch of money. So they go through that wormhole, something along those lines. Maybe they went in an accident. I don't know. We'll figure out later what really happened. And they went through the wormhole, and they're like, we can't go back.
Uh-oh.
And the mercenaries were like, yo, you gotta pay us. And they're like, well, money doesn't mean anything because we can't go home. And they got all mad. And then they went on Araxis, and
that's where they're stuck, the planet of Araxis.
Yeah, that's where PlanetSide takes place, on Araxis. And wow. Yeah, so everybody's hanging out, and then the new conglomerate kind of they're like, we don't want to put up with your government and stuff.
Their shenanigans.
Because they're like, be at bed 8 o'clock every night, and they're like, no, we're gonna have sleepovers.
But you got school in the morning, NC.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we ain't going to school. School is lame. That's a quote. So the Terran Republic and the NC kind of branched off, and they were, they weren't not liking each other.
They're quarreling.
Yeah, and then this other group of people, they kind of discovered that there's this aliens used to live here, and was it Vanu? You just read this part. It was like there's an alien called Vanu, something like that.
And he was actually reached out to people in their dreams.
Yeah, he would like talk to people. You see, they have like these tails, and they put them in the ground, and they talk to Awa.
Oh, you see, I think you're getting confused again.
Okay.
With the unobtainium.
So okay, yeah. So they're like, wow, these guys, they're not gonna like this alien stuff, so we're gonna have to kill them. And because they found out that there's that thing where you can live forever. You know what I'm talking about?
They have rebirthing technology.
Rebirthing. And they're like, we gotta go to war because they can't figure out this rebirthing stuff because we're gonna have peace, and all they want is war. And yeah, man, why can't everybody just get along?
I know, crazy Iraxians. So that was pretty legit. That's up to date with where we are right now, right? Minus a few details, adding a few other details in.
Don't quote me. It's not like we're a source of news.
Backstory by TheBarnCat.
That's right.
So
I'm sick. I don't know what I'm saying.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over. There's these 3 parts, and we're gonna start with PlanetSide 2 backstory part 1.
Well, there's 4 parts.
There's 4,
but the 4th one, it's just like.
Well, the first 3 parts are specifically to each army, and the first one is Jake Duffy, Terran Republic Quartermaster. Now, someone online did do a voice acting of this, and I'm gonna link it.
Oh, it's pretty cool. He did a good job.
Pretty cool. He's got a little southern accent. I like it. He's from the southern Araxis. So we're gonna go through this paragraph by paragraph and try to see if we could find anything special in this.
Our whole podcast is we take very little information and we try to figure out what's going to be in the game. So we're going to take this little, paragraph and figure out what's in the game.
I guarantee you we find something interesting in here.
That's right. I mean, our max idea, my max idea, called the Shangoki max idea, that's already been inputted in the game, and that's all my idea. So I'm sure we're going to add something else right now in the next 5 minutes.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. First paragraph. Duffy's voice could be heard through the walls of this plexi-enclosed office. What the frickin' hell are you standing there for, Jones? You playing with yourself? I told you to go get those, curse word, weapons to the loading dock AA now. So, we could say that is pretty much just an intro paragraph, yeah?
Yeah.
Not really much in there.
Yeah, wait, hold on. How many, in the story, they cuss a lot? Well, they do a lot of, frickin' and you butt sniffer. But, the curse, how many, characters is it? What word are they saying there?
All right, we're going to try to figure out what the curse word they used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And what is it? Read it. We're not going to say it because this is PG.
Blank weapons.
I don't know what word that is.
It's obviously from Vanu technology, like a brand new curse word. We're not even... Okay, next paragraph. He glanced at the manifest, then glared at Private Jenny Jones. Jenny?
You gotta do the girl voice.
Quaking in fear, a tiny little thing, no more than 5'1", if even that, with shoulder-length flaming red hair and a temper to match. She had been assigned a weapons supply only 2 weeks ago when they were still at a relative peace with the new conglomerate, and they thought she'd have time to learn her job while the two sides tried to reach some tentative compromise. Nobody expected these idiots to start shooting each other before the dawn the next morning. Okay, so that's paragraph 2, and it's kind of building up on more of the backstory, how there's going to be a war. They're building up to it, but really, I'm not seeing anything in there. But paragraph 3, we're starting to get some stuff. Here we go. 115 mini chain guns. We need 2 crates of bolt drivers. They're going to need cyclers and repeater pistols. And don't forget the dome blasters. You got all that, Jones?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, first of all, mini chain guns in the game.
Check.
I'm pretty sure we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Bolt drivers.
We saw those.
There's a screenshot, or in the trailer, there's a bolt driver.
Cyclers.
2 crates of them. Is that a lot? Is that a little? I don't know. Cycler. Boom. Back in the game. I'm pretty sure you've seen pictures of those too.
We're not really sure exactly what they're going to look like. And repeater pistols.
Repeater pistols. Boom. What the heck is the next... Why don't you go ahead and read this last sentence one more time?
Hey, don't forget the dome blasters.
What the heck is that?
What is a dome blaster?
Okay. First of all, when I think of a blaster, I think of a pistol.
From
Is that what you think of?
Star Wars.
Yeah, like a blaster pistol.
And dome.
Oh, jeez.
A dome is a head your head. That's what people call your head.
Yeah.
So we're obviously alluding to hitboxes. No, that's not true.
Maybe like a biodome.
I see he is doing hand motions right now to signify dome. What could a dome blaster be? Well, a blaster could be one of two different things, in my opinion. It could be a gun, or it could be like an explosive blast, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
well, blaster sounds like it would shoot blasts.
And it's in a box with a bunch of other guns.
Oh yeah.
So the dome blaster.
Pan Republic are very organized. They want to have grenades next to crates of bolt drivers.
That's actually, hey, that's a good point. Terran Republic are all about,
like lots of shots.
No, but I mean like everything's really organized. They have a government.
Yeah, okay.
They're not going to.
They're organized. The only thing in crates is bolt drivers.
Okay.
What are their mini chain guns in? Shoe boxes. I need 150 shoe boxes of bolt drivers. No, guys, come on.
All right, dome blaster though. So TR have it. TR have the dome blaster because they obviously have it right here, and that's really, I assume, is the first new gun we've heard of.
So I'm thinking like an AOE. I don't know. Like the Vanu when they shoot AOE at the end. Maybe like something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like if a Vanu said dome blaster, I'd think it would be something like you could shoot some sort of sphere,
It sounds
but the
like
Terran, they're all bullets.
It sounds like retro futuristic, like old like 60s space movies.
Dome
Watch
blaster.
out, he's got a dome blaster.
So right there, if anyone has any opinions on it, please comment what you think of dome blaster.
Okay, hold on. Right now, you're in the game, you get a dome blaster. What do you think it does?
Exactly. What my dome blaster does.
No,
this.
what do you think it does?
What do I think it does? I think a dome blaster is going to be an explosive pistol, like a handheld grenade launcher or something,
Something crazy.
like a one shot. My pistol just blew up the side of that tank.
Oh, like the noisy cricket?
Like the noisy cricket. All right. So that's something interesting. Paragraph 3 has something in there. Are you ready for next paragraph?
Let's move on.
Yes, sir, she shouted back. I gathered them soon as I saw the manifest this AM, sir. And they're already loaded in the galaxies. I was just waiting for coordinates to dispatch them. So, galaxies confirmed. But we know that.
We knew that.
Yeah.
Screenshot, old news.
Duffy,
Moving on.
Duffy looked her over. 2 weeks on the job and she nailed it. Damn. Good work, Private. Punching them in now. And one other thing, Jones. So we know there's a Jones.
First name Sugar. Sugar Jones.
That's interesting that they're bringing out just the names because there's no NPCs in the game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the first one to get.
I'm guessing PlanetSide 2 single player.
I'm calling it here.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I think is gonna happen.
All right. Then we got yes, sir. I'm the quartermaster, not an officer. Call me that or Q, not Duffy. Yes, sir.
Women.
Sorry, it won't happen again, Duffy. Make sure it doesn't private. Now get on board. You're with Booth and Erickson. Aren't those both cell phone? No. She was already on the move. All right. Now here we go. This could be some more. Let's look at this. The troops took their places in the galaxy and braced for liftoff. 2 minutes later, Duffy's voice crackled over the head armor earphones. The brass just told me to relay your mission, so listen up. Soldiers, I'm not repeating it. 2 platoons of TR soldiers are trapped on the volcanic island of Cirrus.
Boom. Name drop.
Under fire by, there's another curse word, new conglomerate dirtbags. Appears they took control of Mount Lava Storm, which is where...
which is awesome.
which is an
awesome name.
No, that's where Frodo had to take the ring, I think. All right. Mount Lava Storm. On the mistaken belief, we're going to let them free their captured forces from the Kane prison compound. If they succeed, the NC armies would equal the TR forces. Our job's to make certain that will never happen. You got that. Okay, so there's some juice in here.
Let's dissect.
Let's dissect. We can do that. All right. So first off, let me just say this. And I just noticed this now. I mean, I read over this before, but I'm just noticed now. So Brass told me to relay your mission. You think this might be a mission? This is the word
take
mission.
A base? Well, it's like taking a base.
Yeah.
Yes.
This might be a little...
Boom. We got a mission. We got to go to Mount Lava Storm. We got to free those guys.
So that's interesting. So we're seeing the word mission, okay? We have 3 locations. We know Cirrus was in the game, the volcanic island of Cirrus,
yes.
Right?
Home to Mount Lava Storm.
Home to Mount Lava Storm, which is also home to Kane Prison Compound.
Well, they said that they're gonna have urban environments.
Urban.
I think like what's that place called? Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I imagined. Like big walls, giant like razor wire on top, and then like I don't know. Well, I guess every base is like that, really. I think that's cool.
I think it's way cool. Mm-hmm. But here's what I think's interesting about this. This sentence right here. If they succeed, the NC armies would be equal to the TR forces. Now, what I'm getting out of this is in PlanetSide, everyone had a max population on a continent, correct?
That's correct.
Now, do you think that this is an objective? If I control the Kane prison compound as a TR,
your pop goes up?
Do you think my population goes up?
I can see that. That'd be cool. Because right now, you take a base, you get different technology and stuff. Yeah. I can see taking a base and, you get a buff to your army's population.
Yeah, and
why not? That's like a big, important base, too.
Yeah. And you don't need to attack, by the lattice system, which is I have this base, so I have this base. I can attack this or this base. You can go anywhere. So I could see that being quite an important place.
All right, hold on. There's something else I want to say. Okay, they were saying in PlanetSide 2, there's going to be ground to fight on that benefits tanks, infantry, and planes. This place is on a volcano.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a volcano.
Volcanic island of Cirrus. Mount Lava Storm.
It's like on the side of a mountain, and like they're bringing galaxies. Like that makes me think like this place in the game is going to be you need planes.
Yeah, you can only get to it via. Well, it says volcanic island, so we know.
Oh, yeah, it's an island.
Yeah. But it'd be nice if there's no bridges to it.
Yeah, like
everything is connected to PlanetSide 1 by a bridge.
San Francisco. They put the prisoners. You're talking about?
Yeah, that is.
Crap! What is that place called?
It's The Rock and they made a movie out of it.
Oh, Dwayne Johnson.
Alcatraz.
So, I mean, that'd be cool. This is like Alcatraz on the side of a huge mountain, and like the only way you go there is galaxies and mosquitoes and Dysons.
Dysons.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew
the new one. I think that I would love that. That definitely has to be something, because you can't be driving your Thunderer across lava.
Nope. You get flats.
All right. So what we got out of that? We got 3 locations. We have possible missions. Well, we know there's missions, but I mean that might be a specific mission. We talked about objectives to raise your max population on the continent, and
boom.
We're seeing that they're taking a specific galaxy to this point. Vehicles aren't rolling there.
Yeah, well, I mean, galaxies are cool to fly in, but I mean, possibly air beneficial.
Yeah.
Base. Yeah, possibly.
I mean,
maybe.
I would even like it if there's something like going off real quick, but at a location where, say, the volcanic island, Mount Lava Storm was so sulfurous that you couldn't actually be on foot. Maybe cool. You would slowly lose health unless you're in a vehicle or a plane.
And then you gotta jump on the couch. You know what I mean? The floor's lava. Yeah, throw a pillow down.
I was always bad at that because I was always too heavy for anything that would land on. All right, next line. Gary Jones joined the corners with a loud, understood. Quartermaster Duffy understood. All right. As the galaxy sped across her axis towards Cirrus, Jones mentally cataloged what she had been taught about the enemy. The new conglomerate were originally from 3 very different groups who came together for their mutual benefit. First and foremost, there were the businessmen. They may not have been the highest of the muckety-mucks, but they ran the most powerful companies back on Earth in the Terran colonies and were sent to establish a foothold on the other side of the universe to exponentially increase company profits. They were the VPs and managers of the original conglomerates, and now they were going to control the new business. Of course, Jones realized the bosses weren't expecting to do any of the hard labor by themselves, so they brought along the civilian workforce, men and women paid to join the mission to build the new cities, factories, and more. Once done, they would return to Earth to collect their creds.
Creds.
How come every future movie has creds? It's always credits.
Pesos. Where
how come
it was pesos until 100 years before they switched to creds.
Everything is creds. All right. Finally, because the businessmen never went anywhere without protection, they brought along their third group that made up the NCs, the highly paid and highly dangerous mercenaries.
Boom.
Just a little NC backstory, right? Unlike the bulk of Connery's crew who intended to colonize and live on the new worlds, they discovered these groups were in it for the creds only. They planned to return home as soon as they could. They had no loyalty to Connery or the mission. All they cared about was that they could get out of it. Was what they could get out of it. The new conglomerate, as they came to call themselves, were always willing to work with them. But Genny remembered reading that once they found themselves on the other side of the wormhole with no way to return home, meaning no way to get their creds, they slowly moved apart from the others. Some more just backing up the old story.
I think I pretty much nailed that.
You pretty much nailed that. Genny remembered her sergeant's words drilled in her squad of new recruits. You want to know the difference between us and them, he shouted. Once those N-Street bastards landed on Araxis, they came to the high and mighty conclusion that the Terran Republic laws which they had followed till then were suddenly incompatible with their own selfish needs. They could never accept that the laws were enacted to protect all the people, seeing we were so many light years from home. Like always, those NC buttholes only thought about themselves and nobody else. Okay, so what do we learn from that paragraph? NC buttholes.
Buttholes, man.
NC buttholes would be an awesome outfit name. All right, she took out her tab and flipped through the bids of her family on Sisser. There's a new Sisser and hopefully safe. Her mom smiled at her and blew her a kiss. Her dad looked at her like he always did to him. She was still 9 years old and in pigtails. Her sister Leia mouthed the words, "Be safe, sis," which made Guinea grin. Sandy, her older brother. Sandy.
What?
It's very open. All right,
Yeah.
just wave solemnly.
We don't judge.
He's got a name.
In Araxis.
All right. This is a dude named Sandy, and he only waves solemnly. You'd think he'd be more of a happy, like a big smile.
Like, what's it like when you press BVF? Fabulous. That's Sandy.
Sandy is BB. All right. All right. Well, let's see. He was the one who fought the most with her not to join the TR army. Sandy, a theoretical physicist, was caught up with the Vanu cultists and was against some of the TR laws, but those Vanu nuts were nothing compared to the NC traitors. They argued endlessly over who was right and who was wrong, and she recognized that he made some good points, but ultimately she had to fight for the cause she most believed in. Still, she loved him and knew he loved her, and they both prayed that war would not divide their family as it was doing to Araxis. So,
Nothing really there.
Yeah,
Tabs,
Sisor.
So you can have a nook. You can look at your family. Possibly.
That's in there.
What else? Maybe
TR only.
we have book reader things.
We have the continent Sisor.
Yeah,
that's in there. Also, I think they're really trying to drive home, talking about all this family. It's like the American Civil War. How it was like brother against brother. I think they're really trying to drive that point.
Or
home.
Brother against sister.
In this case,
sexist pig.
It's the TR thing. I'm sorry. All right, back in his office. Quartermaster Dovey watched the Galaxy take off for Cirrus. Before they took off, he had done his traditional one last walk through. He saw the shock of the red hair in the back. Kenny Jones was talking with Billy Pels, a recent recruit no older than 18, unless he had lied about his age. A lot of these kids did these days.
It's weird in the future. It's easy to lie about your age. But right now, they don't do background checks no more.
They talked excitedly about going off to war, idiots. They got no idea. This guy speaks. They got no idea what war is all about. Duffy thought about giving a silent prayer that they all came home again. Nothing. Really, that girl has red hair. Keep talking about it. He turned.
It might be a crucial thing at the last things.
In the last paragraph.
I don't know if you read it or not.
Yeah, might
just
have.
remember, this girl has red hair.
He turned away and scanned the news vids, looking for any word whether the group that was now calling themselves the Vanu Sovereignty was remaining neutral, taking sides or launching their own offensive. So far, nothing. He prayed that it would stay out of it. Life on Araxis had suddenly gone to hell, and Duffy didn't need another conflict to make it worse. Bam, 3 separate armies.
All right, key point here: red hair, rojo hair.
All right, he shook his head, wondering how it had come to this. By the time they found Araxis and landed, and the people had joined together for mutual protection, they tamed the savage planet, terraformed it, grew enough for everybody, built cities and fortifications, and worked together so they could survive together.
So pretty much they landed on Araxis. Everyone was buddies. They all terraformed the place, made it to pretty much Earth. All right.
You should plug that in. All right, so much changed in 175 years. All right, so they know they've been on the planet for 175 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the first 175 years, Roxas wasn't, that bad.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's families and stuff, so it was kind of like
and none
a
of
nice
these
place to
none of
live.
these people were the original wormholers over.
Yeah.
Because unless they live real long,
yeah,
we'll find out.
It's possible.
He sighed, breathed in a deep breath, then called in Ben Davids, yet another new kid who joined up only this past week. What the frickin' hell are you standing there for, Davids? Duffy shouted. You playing with yourself? I told you to get those other curse word weapons to loading dock B now. I liked
Profanity,
it.
man.
What do you think?
That's pretty cool. We didn't really get any
Nothing
possible
juicy
weapons.
yet. Well,
You have more?
That's all part one.
That was all part one?
Yeah.
Holy crap. You're kidding me. Oh, it's gonna be a long.
Well,
episode.
let's go ahead and stop the recording here and start up on part two. So go look for part two on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say about part one?
Okay, guys. Key factor: red hair.
Red hair and dome blasters and Mount Lava Storm.
Remember this, guys. If you remember red hair, you might be in for a treat in part 3.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.